Isekai animes are animes in which the people get reborn into a new world and they keep their previous lives' thoughts and experiences and they use them to get ahead in the new life. However, in Solo Leveling, it's very different. Instead, the player gets a second chance in the same life. He gets a chance to become better through his hard work and efforts. Be forewarned, there will be some things I'll speak about which happen in the anime, but I will not spoil anything that happens in the manhwa. For many times throughout my life, I thought, if only I was given a second chance, if only I could go back, if only I could do it all over again, I would do it so much better. Oh no, it was all because of a tiny mistake. If only I didn't say this, if only I didn't do that. And looking at the past is bound to give you nothing but regret and trauma. Whenever I saw an isekai anime, I'd be jealous. I'd think to myself, man, if only I got another chance, I would do it so much better. I'd be like them. But something didn't sit right. I knew that there was some part of me which lacked accountability. Some part of me knew that was just, sorry to be blunt, but a pussy excuse. I was just trying to find ways out instead of affronting what I had in my life. And then came Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling made me open my eyes to the fact that I don't need a second life. I don't need a second chance. I don't need to be reincarnated in another cooler world or different world with different possibilities for me. Let me first talk to you about Sung Jin-Woo, the main character of Solo Leveling. In Solo Leveling there are hunters. Hunters hunt monsters. And they get awakened. You can't just be a hunter through your own training. You have to awaken. In other words, be chosen. And he was chosen, alright, yeah, he was chosen as the weakest character. So weak that people actually named him the weakest hunter in the world. His father died and his mother went into a coma. And he had to find a way of providing for his family, meaning his sister, to get her into college, as well as sustaining the hospital bills for his mother. Because of no one else being there for them, he had no choice but to start working. He couldn't finish a professional training or education, so he had to just get whatever job was available, whether it was construction, until one day he awakened. And then he started going to raids to earn more money, because since hunters risked their life, they earned more money. However, Sung Jin-Woo didn't have the capability to actually kill any monsters. Well, hardly. His awakening was so weak that he was pretty much a normal human, but at least he had the ability of going inside dungeons, which were only capable and open to people that had awakened. He hardly had any profits because it was very difficult for him to kill any monsters. If he got a weapon good enough to help him kill a monster, the weapon would break and he would have to make up the fees. If he was injured in a raid, then he would have to pay hospital fees for himself. So everything was very tough for him. He had to find ways around it. What did he do? Instead of using his physique, his body or his ability to combat, he had to look for opportunities. One after the other. Instead of being capable of fighting, he looked for opportunities. When a goblin was distracted, he would attack it from behind, and so on and so forth. Every day he faced the gates of hell. He faced death. He was always on the verge of dying. Every monster was stronger than him. And one day, him and his team got stuck in a double dungeon, strange raid that appeared. And there was a monster there. A monster that was way beyond any of their control, that none of them could ever dream of defeating. However, this was nothing new for Sung Jin-Woo. Sung Jin-Woo was used to this kind of challenge, so for him it was another day in hell. As more and more people die, only a few survive and escape, as Sung Jin-Woo decides to sacrifice himself for the sake of others. Being the bravest out of all of them and having the most merit in that dungeon, Sung Jin-Woo shows a determination and a power that none of the other hunters which were stronger than him could show. Because of this, the dungeon decides to reward him. To reward him with the ability to grow. But in order to grow, he has to work hard. He has to defeat monsters. He has to train every day. Push-ups, running, sit-ups, all sorts of exercises as well as all sorts of trials Sung Jin-Woo gets put through. However, he got everything he ever wished for, the ability to get stronger, something that we all have. So he doesn't waste this chance. He starts to fight, and he becomes stronger and stronger. He strengthens his body as his mind continues to get stronger, as it always has been. He gets to a point where he can actually fight in dungeons, kill monsters and provide for his family and have some relaxation. But he's not finished. He makes the resolution to keep fighting, to keep getting stronger, because his mother is still in a coma.
Job's not finished.
He's looking for a way to find the cure. He now strives and continues to get stronger, in a humble but calculated manner, because he knows he'll be in danger if people found out that he was actually getting stronger, just because in the anime, the people that awaken don't actually carry on getting stronger. That's why it's called only I level up, because only he gets stronger and stronger. However, forget that for now. He calculates his progress, and day after day, he keeps a low profile as to not get distracted, and day after day, he challenges himself outside of his comfort zone with tougher opponents each time. Still being very close to death, very close to the limit, but staying within a place where he can actually overcome the odds. I looked at my own life and reflected upon what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong. And I took solo leveling to help me in doing the things that I wanted to do. If I wanted to become stronger, I couldn't just sit still. If life is like a game, or if life is like solo leveling, I will do my push-ups, I will do my run. If I will become more athletic by doing so. If I want to become more fearless, and I'm trying to get my own business up, I can't be scared of cold calling. So I will do 10 calls every day. I will do 20 calls when I'm used to it. And I will carry on increasing the challenge, making things tougher. I no longer seek to be reincarnated in another world, to live an adventure that I cannot live in this one. Why? Because it is in my power to do whatever I want in this very own life. I have no limiter. I have nobody stopping me. If I want to become something, I can do it. And so can you. And all of these things do come true. I started doing martial arts, now I feel more confident than ever. I walk around the street, and before I'd feel a little bit tense. Yes, I've always been stronger than most people. However, if I see a bunch of guys walking around at night, and they look like they're a little bit crazy in the head or whatever, I get a little bit tense, you know. I'm like, okay, it's nighttime, whatever, I'll be ready in case anything happens. But now, I could even close my eyes. I feel no fear. I feel fine. The people that would be capable of beating me up would be people that had the discipline to go train themselves, and it wouldn't be people that we'd normally have disagreements with or anything like that. With people of that caliber, usually you can talk things out and understand each other's misunderstandings or disagreements. But I've taken solo leveling principle into my life. If I want to become better, if I want to develop, if I want to grow, if I want to become somebody, I have to do the things that somebody would do to get there. If I want to become rich, not the case, you know, this is vain, don't live your life and revolve it around money. I mean, do what you want, but I wouldn't. Well, I would have to do the things that a rich man would do in order to get rich. A rich man, to get rich, he started working harder than the rest. He started working smarter than the rest. He started learning his craft. He started getting to places that required balls big as the ocean, you know. He had to be courageous. He had to be brave. Well, I will do those things, and I will be so. So the call to action that I'm gonna give you in this video, be more like Sung Jin-Woo. If you want to become better, do the things that will make you better. It's a simple yet powerful philosophy in life. And you can make your little life actually like an RPG, right? You could have a piece of paper and write down, for every 100 push-ups that I do, I will have +1 strength. And then you can have a little chat with your friends and see who gets more strength at the end of the month. Things of the sort. You can make it fun, you can make it interesting. But more than anything, you can become better. And this is how Sung Jin-Woo from Solo Leveling gave me a clear idea on how to do it. Super corny, but dreams don't work unless you do. Strive to be 1% better every day, and much love.